Today I'm reviewing the Black Girl Sunscreen Moisturizing Sun Lotion SPF 30. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos, so if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com, check my Patreon community, or click on the links below. Okay, very excited for this brand because it's now at Target. So that's awesome. So a little bit easier to get, although they still sell online and generally have a lower shipping threshold. But anyway, so I had a lot of people comment and urged me to try this one out. I'm very, I'm very happy I did, because this one seems to be a really nice sunscreen that works very well for a lot of different skin types, skin tones. And I'm pretty pale, so I don't have any issues with white cast as much. But anyway, I'll talk all about that. Okay, so they say we have created a sunscreen for everyday use filled with natural ingredients that will protect your skin from the sun and doubles as a moisturizing lotion. The Black Girl Sunscreen dries completely clear, so it's perfect to use before any outdoor activity or even under your favorite makeup products. Okay, so my first criteria is packaging, and they've got a pretty basic squeeze tube bottle. No issues with that at all. Although I will say at Target, I was looking just to see if they had it the other day, and it's like down, way down. And the bottle's black, so it doesn't stand out. So you kind of have to look for it. But otherwise, in my container of sunscreens, this one stands out perfectly because most bottles are white or green. This one stands out instantly. So, okay. In terms of denatured or drying types of alcohol, this does not contain any of those. So it makes it a nice option, especially for dry or sensitive skin. In terms of fragrance, this is fragrance-free. I'm so happy. There's not a lot of fragrance-free options that are just on the shelf at stores. Most of them have some type of scent. This does have a slight noticeable sunscreen smell, but that dissipates once it absorbs into skin. You don't notice it at all. So, which is almost immediately. So very, very nice. This one is manufactured in the U.S., so no issues with that. Then we get to SPF. So this one is SPF 30. SPF 30 is what I recommend at a minimum on a daily basis. If you're going outside all day, you're going to be at the beach, I recommend amping it up to 50 if possible. But just on a daily basis, 30 is a really good number and a really good one, especially if you remember to reapply it and you're just having a day in and out. SPF 30 is just fine. In terms of the UVA Protection Factor, so this really isn't talking about this brand much, but I have a feeling that the actual UVA protection factor for this one isn't wonderful. It isn't that great, especially when you compare it to sunscreens from other countries. However, this brand is bound by the U.S. and what the FDA allows. So they really have to play by the rules or else they can't even sell it as a sunscreen. So it's really not their fault at all. But this probably doesn't have super high UVA protection, just based on the filters and the fact that they're made in the U.S. So like, they have no choice what filters they use. There's a few approved filters, and especially if you want to make a sunscreen that's clear and doesn't have a white cast, then it eliminates even more filters. So I have a feeling if UVA is your main goal, you might want to use a brush-on sunscreen over this or go with another alternative. But overall, if you're just having a quick day where you're going to be in and out and not outside a significant portion of the day, then it's fine. But if you have other issues, then maybe something else. But there's nothing the brand can do because they're really bound by what the FDA says in the U.S. And the FDA hasn't approved any new filters, I don't think, in my entire lifetime. And I don't think they will in the rest of my lifetime. So, okay, filters used. So I've got the UVA filter, Avobenzone, which is a UVA ray absorber. It's actually the only chemical sunscreen that's available in all countries, especially since the U.S. has no real UVA filters. I think this is the main one. So they've got 3% of that in here, and generally the maximum concentration allowed of Avobenzone is about 5%, so they've done a good job with that. For UVB filters, we've got 10% Homosalate, which is an oil-soluble chemical sunscreen agent that blocks the skin from UVB filters. Then we've got another UVB filter, 5% Octisalate, another UVB ray absorber. This one typically is used a lot of times with Avobenzone to help it stay more stable and more effective. Then we've got Octocrylene, which is UVB and a little bit of UVA2 ray absorber, chemical sunscreen. Also not super photostable, but when you're using it with other filters, it works well. And some people can be sensitive to this specific ingredient, so keep that one in mind. It also helps with water resistance in sunscreens to make it more last longer if you're in and out of the water. But just be conscientious because some people can be very sensitive to that filter. So I believe this is also reef safe, they consider it. So anyway, okay. Let's do the application. So, white cast. So, once you instantly dispense it, it looks white, but once you smooth it in, it applies totally transparent and clear. There's no white cast, purple cast, gray cast. It applies just nice, clear. Doesn't look like or feel like you have sunscreen on at all. So, that's wonderful, especially for people with deeper skin tones that have issues with white casts. Generally, that's from zinc or titanium dioxide, but there are some chemical filters that can give things a white cast. But again, those aren't approved in the U.S., so they don't have to worry about that. So, nice. It plays very clear. No issues at all with that. Texture of this one, it feels just like a lotion, which is wonderful as well. So, if you're somebody that doesn't like the feeling of sunscreens, this one just feels like you're applying a moisturizer. So, it's wonderful. There you go. And application with this one's very easy as well. Not too emollient, doesn't feel greasy, sets to kind of a natural, slightly radiant finish. Probably geared on the edge to drier skin because it does contain some emollient ingredients, but it doesn't feel greasy at all. So there we go. It sets to a non-sticky finish. This one works really nicely under foundation. Not every sunscreen works nice under foundation. This one does. And it doesn't accentuate dry patches. And at the end of the day, it doesn't look greasy either. So, very nice. Okay, beneficial ingredients in this one. We've got a nice list here. So, we've got aloe juice, which is a nice hydrating, skin-soothing, and wound-healing ingredient. We've got carrot seed oil, which is kind of twofold because there's a couple different types of carrot seed oil. There's essential carrot seed oil, which has a fragrance and gives things a scent. And there's the emollient hydrating side of carrot seed oil, which is the fixed oil. Generally, you can't really tell from the ingredient list what they use, but typically if they use the carrot essential oil, you'll notice a little bit of a scent to the product, and this I don't notice it. So I have a feeling they use the fixed carrot seed oil, which is good for skin, a great source of fatty acids, and also has anti-acne and antifungal properties. We've got sunflower seed oil, great emollient and skin protecting ingredient with barrier repair properties. We've got lecithin, which is a good emollient. Avocado oil, another good antioxidant and emollient ingredient that also contains a lot of different minerals as well as vitamin A, E, and D, which makes it wonderful for skin. Jojoba seed oil, another emollient with barrier protective properties, which is great to put in a sunscreen. If it helps your barrier, it helps you function better, helps prevent environmental damage. We've got cocoa seed butter, another rich emollient that has antioxidants as well as vitamin E, and then it also has polyphenols, very hydrating, and can also help a bit with skin elasticity. And then finally, we've got vitamin E, which is a good antioxidant and emollient ingredient. So, okay. So then let's talk about acnogenic ingredients. We've got a few. We've got Carbomer, hydroperoxyl methylcellulose. We've got avocado oil, jojoba seed oil, sorbinolate, and cocoa seed butter, and it's probably not fungal acne safe. So it does have a few acnogenic ingredients. So if you're very acne prone, keep that one in mind. But it also, some of those ingredients that are beneficial are also acne fighting ingredients. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to break out from it. Okay, in terms of animal testing, this is cruelty free as well as vegan. Performance, I really actually surprised how much I really enjoyed this sunscreen. Typically, I don't really enjoy US-made sunscreens that much because either they have a thick white cast, they have a real noticeable sunscreen chemical scent, or just a lot of fragrance. This one just feels really nice on skin. It really just feels like you're applying a moisturizer. This one really works well under foundation and BB creams. So I'll apply this, then I'll just apply my foundation right over it. Works really nicely. Doesn't accentuate dry patches, but towards the end of the day, it also doesn't really end up looking greasy or like sliding off my face. So I'd say this is a great option for guys, gals, kids. Really nice option for people with deep skin tones or pale skin tones. Really nice because of no white cast either. So Very happy with this one. The price, so it's a large bottle. It's 3 ounces, 89 milliliters. Retails for about $19, which makes it a pretty affordable option for face and for body. So, overall, with a 15 being a perfect score, this one got a 13. Just 2 issues, acnogenic ingredients, and the UVA protection, which there's nothing they can do about it. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you've had a chance to check this one out yet or not, and if you have, what your thoughts are. So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much.